China wants you to believe that the economy is doing great. I don't know. It's doing
Great.
seriously though. If you keep up with the propagandists out there, they're showing night shots of like Shanghai or something and saying, look at how, if anyone ever tells you China's economy is doing, badly, look at this.
And it's like lights mean economy well.
LED lights powered by coal burning power plants
that they
means
keep
you have a
building.
good economy. I don't get it.
There's no more pollution and the economy's good, apparently.
Yeah. So
It's the opposite.
yeah, they keep going on about how great the economy is. So I would like to pose the question to all of you guys. If the economy is doing fantastic, why are we seeing scenes like this erupt all over China?
It's crazy. It's like anarchy.
Yeah. So this is in Dongguan, which is close to where we used to live, a place called Yichang Shoes.
Actually, we've been right near here because our friend
yeah.
worked in a shoe factory here too. Well, one.
So what's happening here, guys, is that the workers who have not been paid their wages for months have blockaded the road and are not allowing traffic through. Now, in China, there's a saying called 吃苦, which means to eat bitter. And it means to put up with a lot of shit, basically.
That's what it means.
Excuse my language.
It's true.
But
You are true.
what'll happen is a boss will demand far more, especially from migrant workers and factory workers, demand far more than they signed up for, right? So you'll end up working overtime without pay.
It's borderline slave labor.
It is, yeah. You work overtime without pay. You'll work on the weekends, 6-day, 7-day weeks often.
You're far from home and you're locked in there
Yeah.
until they decide you can leave.
Yeah, exactly. They will, it works on this kind of internal passport system called the hukou.
Yes.
So if you're working in another city, you don't really have any rights in that city. So the migrant workers really get taken advantage of. It's terrible.
Can I throw a quick anecdote?
Sure.
One time, there was a situation where this local guy went into the police station because of some altercation, and because he had a local hukou, he's from that city, the police helped him. A guy came in to complain about something because we were in there talking about a stolen motorcycle. A guy came in there and he didn't have a local hukou. He's a local factory worker in a local factory, but didn't have a local hukou, and the police literally made him leave the police station.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that he's a Chinese citizen.
It's terrible. Your kids can't go to school in that city if you don't have a local hukou.
You have no help.
Can't get a bank loan.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
But
it's terrible.
Victims of crimes are the worst because they don't have no recourse.
Yeah, you
Anyway, I
can't
just wanted to
can't
put
even
that out
rent
there.
if you don't have a local hukou.
Yeah.
So you have to stay in a factory dormitory. Anyway,
Yes. Sorry.
so this whole idea of eating bitter means that they will suffer a lot of injustices for a very long time. And for Chinese people in general, especially the migrant workers, to actually take a stand means they've been pushed very, very, very far.
Yes.
Now, these guys apparently hadn't received wages for 6 months. That's half a year.
6 months, no
Yeah,
wages.
exactly.
And they're already in slave conditions.
Yeah, and the factories can get away with this because they provide housing. They provide like a really crappy housing. You've got tons of people shoved into a tiny room all on bunk beds, and they will provide some kind of food. So like they can still live.
Yes.
So it also traps them in that way.
We also specifically know about the factory situation with the shoes in this place because we had a friend from Italy who, I shouldn't say he owned it. He was part of the management there, and he was appalled at the standards that the Chinese bosses were giving the workers.
Dongguan is very famous for shoe factories.
And China makes the most shoes in the world. For
Exactly. Anyway, so that's what's happening here. They're trying to, they're standing up because... Take the volume down a bit. They're standing up because they weren't paid. By the way, Dongguan is not some middle of the nowhere place.
Oh, it's millions of people.
It is
millions.
also one of the biggest manufacturing hubs in China.
Yes, it's where everything's made. If you check your toys, like kids' toys, it always says Dongguan on it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not talking about a random factory in the middle of nowhere. We're talking about a big manufacturing hub. So when you're talking about the economy of China, this particular city is tied into the economy in a big way. So if you've got factories that are not paying their workers' wages, something's not right.
In the wealthy city.
Yeah,
Very wealthy city.
Correct. Okay, now very far away.
Yes.
You used to live there.
I did. Love it.
Okay, Baotou in Mongolia, December 18th, the Datsun New Energy Company.
Yep.
Well, again, wages have not been paid in months. So all of the...
And this is a wealthy factory, by the way. I'm very familiar with this. The new energy and the rare earth factories up there, they pay well compared to what you hear about in China. They are withholding wages, and this is an industry with money.
And
That's
again,
how bad it's gotten.
When you see a scene like this, if you're from the West, you would expect that this might be some kind of union strike, or maybe people are demanding higher wages or better working conditions.
They're not getting paid.
No, they are just there because they haven't been paid their wages that are owed to them for months.
So this is Dachuan New Energy, but at the same time, in the same city, we've now gotten reports from people that they're not paying the police officers there either. So state wages aren't coming through either.
Yeah.
There's no money. Yeah. And this, again, is a very wealthy area.
Yeah.
One of the wealthiest because of rare earth. They've stormed into the party office there.
Yeah. In Shanghai, China, this Jiyue Auto, this is a much bigger story than we're letting on.
Big.
We could have made a whole show about this. Yeah. But there's this crazy situation where this very big EV, electric, it's kind of like Tesla, and it's got massive backers backing it. It went bankrupt. But the way the workers found out that they're going to lose their job was in a live stream.
Yikes.
And they were live streaming, and the person live streaming the new model of the car and everything, they actually found out that most everyone's going to be laid off.
Yeah.
So
they stormed in.
Yeah. I'll turn the volume down. It's,
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
You can see that a lot of the workers who found out, hey, they're actually going to lose their jobs, they're not going to have a job tomorrow type things, stormed in to try and get answers. But this, again, is just part of this massive cash grab.
All over the country.
Yeah. This is, again, a completely different city, very far away from the other places we've just shown you.
Also a different situation, but completely tied into the economy is failing in China right now.
Yeah. So, again, China's trying to portray this image that the economy is gangbusters.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, that's what authoritarian dictatorships do, is they have to portray that to the rest of the world because they need the rest of the world's money. China doesn't innovate or make anything.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make new stuff.
Yeah, they make things, but it's stuff that exists.
That's what I mean. It's stuff that exists. So if you don't have innovation to steal from other countries and you don't have foreign investment in those industries, the only reason China is as rich as it is today is from foreign investment.
Yes.
And the hard work of Chinese workers.
Yes.
Then you don't have those elements, then China goes done. It's kaput.
Yeah.
Right, it's over. And this is what we're seeing. Like, I think people expect some sort of massive civil war or something to break out. This is what happens before the crazy unrest, and actually the unrest is unveiling right now all over the country.
Yeah, which you'll see shortly. So I'll just fast forward this because it's a long clip and just, from different angles of some of the people that were there. And then this was taken about a week before the next clip you're going to see, where they actually went to the their industrial complex there, to sit there and do a stand-in. This is the same company, and everybody's still not being paid. They still don't have their job. They've all lost their jobs. They're trying to figure out what's going on. So it's not looking good for them. Now we're going to look at something a little different, but still along the same lines. Okay, the Dalian metro station in Liaoning. Just a couple of days ago, December 14th, it's spectacularly caught on fire, as we're going to see here.
China's new trains, shiny new metro stations. You see all these shill videos of these CCP shills, Chinese government shills. They go to all these new metro stations, and unfortunately never talk about the fact that they're made of absolute garbage.
And just the safety standards are terrible, especially worker safety is incredibly low in China. And there are actual statistics that prove that the worker safety in China is far inferior to most places in the world, actually. And you see these things happen all the time. This is pretty big, brand new, on fire.
Big city. Very big in terms of soft power. China really promotes these metro stations.
Yes.
Look how fast we build them. Look how fast they catch on fire.
Yeah. Exactly.
Of course, they arrest people that leak these videos. And they delete them off the internet.
Again, you will often see these comparisons. If you even go on YouTube, they'll say New York subway versus China subway, and they'll show a really grim, grotty, side of the New York subway, which is 100 years old. Not making excuses. It is filthy in many places. But they'll show that. They'll find the worst. And then they'll show a brand new station that's just been built in China and say, look how much more advanced China is.
And then go pay a shill to go film it.
Yeah, exactly. But the difference is, though, that they don't show the fact that the metros in China might be new, but the safety standards are very low. Like the fact that many people drowned to death in that metro when there was a flood because the infrastructure couldn't handle the water.
Yeah.
People were not warned. The warning system, they on purpose didn't warn people about it. They let them get on there. So what would you rather have? A filthy subway that's got graffiti everywhere and it's gross and there's like crazy people wandering around on it every once in a while? Or would you rather have a nice, clean, amazing subway that you will just die in?
Yeah.
You know, which one? Which would you rather have?
I'd rather have the dirty
Would you
one.
rather have a slow and painful death by drowning
You notice that
or see a rat?
Yeah, do you notice there's never any promotion of like New York City's new subways though? They're very beautiful, pristine subways because America doesn't need to do propaganda.
Yeah, America doesn't do propaganda. Not in that
don't
way.
do
anyway.
that
Not
here.
overt propaganda, you know?
No.
Okay, anyway, another funny clip here. We wanted to show you of a let's take a look here. Yeah.
Oh,
a very close call.
Wow.
Yeah. As you can see, this guy apparently was drunk and fell asleep.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what you do, right?
Yeah. And very, very near miss.
Oh, yikes. See a lot of those in China, that's for sure. Yes, sirree, Bob. All right, what do we got here?
This is just another little funny clip over here.
We're
You can
just
see
breaking up a little of the
Yeah,
negative
we
energy.
gotta, you know, make things
it's
funny.
tipped.
You
He's
can
tipped.
see this is a very wholesome clip. You see the guy's tipped there,
Yeah.
and he's stuck in his like three-wheeler until a good Samaritan comes and like puts him back on his wheels.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
that's good.
It's always good to see.
Props to that dude, and he waves. I like that.
And off he goes. Yeah, those little three-wheel things are interesting,
They're
but
chaotic, though.
Yeah, and not very safe.
No.
Put it that way. Yeah. Anyway, that was pretty funny. This, on the other hand, is not great.
Whoa!
Apparently, this guy's fancy new EV lost control.
So it just throttle stuck open?
Yeah, just accelerated.
Wow.
But, you know, I would like to just play that again. By the way, we're going to get back to the worker revolt stuff in a
for
minute.
Sure. Just breaking it up.
Yeah, we got to break it up. I just wanted to play this again because it so perfectly and neatly erases the booms.
It does.
I mean, you can see over there, you've got the boom machines, you've got the scanners.
Yeah, it's a full scene.
It's great. It's like 1 second you see it, and then
Wow, it does just vaporize.
1
it.
second you don't. Like everything's gone. It looks like they brought in a team to like clean it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a before and
He's the
after in
cleanup
reverse.
crew, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone.
Wow.
I mean, that thing was.
So you have Chinese EVs malfunctioning and going chaotic.
You got a Chinese EV company going bankrupt overnight.
Didn't you tell me the other day there was a guy that was locked in his own car in the highway or something?
Yeah, I posted it on Twitter, but there was a guy driving his new, I think it's the Ideal something or other EV. You can go, I've got the model and everything. But he's driving it, and it received an over-the-air update, which, you know, EVs do that.
Yeah.
It's like one of the, I guess, the positives of them maybe, is they can get new features and stuff.
Sorry,
Anyway.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, okay, so he's driving in traffic, receives an over-the-air update, and his car froze. His door's locked, he couldn't get out of the car, and it stopped. His brakes stopped responding, all of his controls stopped responding, and he just got stuck in the middle of traffic
Oh my god!
while this update did its thing.
Wow,
Yeah, so imagine that. And he couldn't get out of the car because all of the doors were locked.
that's insane.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's nuts.
It's really nuts. Anyway, so, you know, this is the aftermath, obviously. Guy wipes that stuff out. Luckily, no one was killed or injured.
Wow.
Luckily. But you could see that could be very bad.
Yes. Wow.
I mean,
That's
he
crazy.
mashed a bunch of other cars and knocked
Yeah.
down whatever was there.
Thankfully, I think they were parked.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's an aerial shot. Yeah. So let's go back to Ningbo.
Okay.
This place is the biting, dying factory. Don't worry, it's not where you die. You go to die.
Are you sure?
You do. Yeah. Okay.
Are you sure?
So this is where you dye things.
Yeah. So
You
we've
know.
been talking a little bit about this thing. We've kind of shown you that people have been setting factories on fire. It's also been explosions, and the reason is that wage disputes.
Yes.
There's worker disputes, and just this general feeling of revenge on society that's happening across China right now.
Correct. And this is actually the workers set fire to the factory because
Just
they
burning
hadn't
it
been
down.
paid their wages once
Yeah.
again. So can you see what's happening here, guys? We're talking about all different industries.
And corners of China.
Yeah, all over China. So we've got energy industry.
Yep.
We've got the shoemaking
Yeah,
industry.
good point.
We've got the dyeing industry.
Yes.
I mean, what the hell is a dyeing industry? Sounds like
Everything needs dye.
It's like one of those assisted euthanasia. That's the dyeing industry. You know what I mean? Anyway, sorry.
That's grim.
Went grim. Sorry, but we've got the dyeing industry here.
Yeah. They're setting factories on fire
Yes.
on purpose. I don't know how many times we can reiterate this, but
Yeah.
we're going to keep covering it if it happens.
Oh, yeah.
It's happening everywhere.
Yeah, for
They're
sure.
burning the economy down on purpose.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is they haven't been paid again for months.
Yeah, I mean, I don't excuse any sort of this behavior, but
Yeah, arson's never
it's
cool.
It's at a breaking
hot.
point. Hot. As Gavin Newsom says, it's hot.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
Take two.
Yeah, I'll take two of them. Exactly.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Gavin Newsom went to China and then talked about how much he liked these rip-off Chinese EVs and said, I'll
Yeah.
take two. It's hot.
Yeah, I'll take two. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the factory workers were like, nope. If you're not going to pay us, we're going to burn the factory down, and that's
This
pretty
is
much what they did.
Ruination, that
Yep.
trend that we keep talking about. Mm-hmm. Tianjin construction site. Sorry, I don't know why it says just.
That's
overlap.
that's a typo. It's
Tianjin
just a
construction
Tianjin
site.
construction site on December 15th.
So this is near Beijing. So this is up north again, completely
very
far
close
away.
to Beijing.
Yeah, completely far away from the dyeing factory.
Yes, exactly. And the construction workers had not been paid their salary in months again, so they
Yes.
set fire to the construction site.
See, Ruination?
Mm-hmm.
It's happening in every corner of China. It's
Yep.
almost becoming ubiquitous. It's like a uniquely Chinese thing now.
Yeah,
It's like,
just
let's destroy the country.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know.
if we're not going to get paid, then screw it. No,
You'd think this would make more international news.
Yeah, you
would.
would.
Would you not?
I would.
Like, I can you pause it for a second? I don't want to do, because I don't want to even bring this up, but you know what just happened in Germany, right?
Yes. Sorry. I'll just-
Awful, horrific tragedy.
Yes.
Right? Now, this isn't the Germany show, obviously, but people are talking about it as they should because it's a horrific terrorist
Correct. It's
incident.
making international news.
As it should.
Yes.
But where was all of the Chinese run over stories?
Yeah.
Because every day somebody was running over crowds of people in their car in terrorist events
Yeah.
to kill innocent people in China.
Yeah.
But where was that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's horrific.
It's
I
like
mean,
this. You'd think if this happened in a different country, like especially a Western country, all of a sudden all these factories are being set on fire and exploding on purpose.
Yeah.
And it's over wage disputes and economic downturn. That would make huge
It
news.
would be very big.
Where is this? Where is it on the news?
Yeah. It's almost like no one cares.
Yeah,
You
it's either no one cares or it's just not a big deal to for stories, I guess, because it doesn't impact someone's life.
I also
directly.
think
I don't know.
censorship has a huge
Yeah, for
role to
sure.
play. The
It doesn't
Chinese
make it
government
out, right?
doesn't want that kind of news to go out there. The Chinese government doesn't want the international news looking at the fact that, like 40, almost
good
100 people were killed around that Zhuhai stadium by
Yeah.
a guy driving over everyone.
Yeah.
Far more than the German
Yeah.
incident.
Both
Or
bad.
potentially about the
Both
same.
bad.
Of course. Not one is better than the other.
Where's the story?
It's cowardly. Anyone who drives into crowds of people is disgusting. It's a horrible thing, and I
Where's
hate
the
that
story?
that exists.
Where's the story?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to say is the fact that this has been happening on a daily basis in China for a long time now.
And stabbing.
Yeah, no one talks about it.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's really weird. You know, in China's right now, they're trying to boost up their tourism industry, so they're really stifling stories like that.
yeah.
They want people to go and spend their foreign currency in China.
Yes.
Right? So I get it. But I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so this is still the construction site that's on fire in Tianjin. And I mean that's pretty epic. Again, just worker revolt. They weren't paid, so they did it.
This is the stuff, by the way, just to reiterate, this is the stuff that leaks. This
Yeah.
is the stuff that got out. You have to understand how many incidents that don't get out because they're quashed.
Yes.
The people that took the video go to jail. They get deleted, and we don't even get to see them.
There are lots of stories. A lot of these stories, by the way, when something bad happens, the first priority is to suppress
Yes.
the spreading of the videos.
Yes.
Even before the incident is taken care of.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few examples of that, which I'll bring up in future shows. But
I think when we did our first factory burning down on purpose episode, I would look up a city, like just one city, and then type in factory fire. And there would be multiple in one city in a couple years.
Yeah.
In one city out of
Sure.
thousands of cities, right?
Correct.
This is
Yeah.
happening everywhere.
Yeah, it is. It's insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah. This is, like we said, happening all over the country. We've just given you a small smattering of examples here of how crazy this is. And all of these incidents are linked to wage disputes.
Yes.
So you know that when big state companies and companies that are attached to the state aren't paying wages, that means the economy is not doing well.
No.
It's very simple.
They safeguard the state companies first.
Yeah. Talk is cheap, but
Yeah.
you can demonstrate it.
Yeah.
You can show it. Hey, listen, you can
Yeah.
say the economy's great all day.
The
but
foreign
then
ministry
why
in
is
China
this
can say
happening?
that all day,
Yeah.
but then we can just show you this video. We can show you these videos.
Yeah.
So you can shut up. You're lying.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got a lot of coverage of that one. Sorry. Also, in Wuhan, there's a fire too in a tourist area.
The tourist area.
The tourist area. This is where you will go.
Yeah.
We're not sure of the cause of this,
Yeah.
but the fact that it's not talked
It's in a
about.
high priority area, and they tried to wipe it. So again, show it. This is the reality of the situation.
Yeah, that's pretty big news. Like if there was a fire in Times Square, I'm pretty sure it'd make the news.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no small thing. Now what in Anhui? This
we'll have a
is
look.
wild.
This is wild.
Put the volume up. Take a look at what happened here.
That's an explosion. Whoa. It was a huge explosion.
Can
Why
you
is
see
this
that?
not on the news? Why is this not on the news?
Yeah.
It was huge.
It was the underground pipes, and I believe it's the underground pipes to do with heating.
Yeah. That's correct. Look at this.
And this big destruction. It's the Xiaoban Ho 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 holiday sale.
Xiaoban Ho is our Monday show where we get up to some serious shenanigans. It's a full episode every single Monday, and if you like the China show, you'll like this even more.
For the holiday season, get locked in now to get a Xiaoban Ho subscription for half price.
Wow, so good.
You get 4 episodes every single month right after they finish airing live, as well as access to the entire 100-plus episode backlog of your favorite Monday show.
Great. Current full-price Xiaoban Ho members will be upgraded to Xiaoban Ho Live, where you can still see Xiaoban Ho Live, participate in the stream, have your questions answered, and choose the next topic.
It's up to you what you want, but either way, it's the best time to get on board, and it's definitely what you want, I assure.
This is definitely what you want, I assure.